Can a fractured Israel take on a united Hezbollah? I ask that question because Israel is in a state of chaos. Its Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is facing protests from angry Israelis. During his visit to Masdar Shams in Golan Heights, he was met with boos and shouts of "get out" and quote-unquote murderer. There have been riots at the IDF base in Teiman on the 29th of July, with angry protesters breaching the military base. All this as tensions between Israel and Hezbollah escalate. Lebanon is in a heightened state of alert. Multiple airlines are cancelling flights to Beirut. A frantic diplomatic push to deter Israel from striking Beirut is underway. The U.S. Defense Secretary has said that a conflict is not inevitable, and the British Foreign Secretary has only one word for the British citizens in Lebanon, and that's leave. Needless to say, the two sides are teetering on the brink of a full-blown war. The question is, how primed is Israel to take on Hezbollah? The latest escalation was triggered after a deadly rocket strike in the Golan Heights on Sunday. This claimed the lives of 12 children and teenagers. Israel and the U.S. blamed Hezbollah for the strike, but the Iran-backed group denied responsibility. And that has not stopped the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu from promising a harsh response. The country is currently mulling its response, but diplomats worry that Lebanon could be sucked into a full-scale war. Both Hezbollah and Israel have previously indicated they want to avoid war, but they have also said that they are ready for it, which is why there is an uneasy calm at the Israel-Lebanon border. The question still is, can Israel afford to expand the war into Lebanon? Especially as Israeli leadership's own house is in a mess, to say the least. It is facing angry protests from Israelis. On Monday, dozens of far-right protesters breached the Israeli army base at the Teiman. A full-blown riot broke out at the IDF base. Footage posted on social media showed scenes of chaos. They showed people crowding the perimeter of the base as guards struggled to hold them back. The protest at the base broke out after the Israeli military confirmed it was investigating soldiers over alleged abuse of a prisoner there. It has riled up some Israeli politicians. They have condemned the arrest of the reservists, with Itamar Ben-Gvir, the far-right national security minister, describing the arrest of the IDF soldiers as nothing less than shameful. And what does that tell you? Because to us, it sounds like there are stark divisions within Israel, especially at a time when Netanyahu government relies on support from far-right parties. And as the military is stretched thin by both the war against Hamas in Gaza and the growing threat posed by Hezbollah to the north, with such divisions running deep, can Israel really take on Hezbollah? After all, Hezbollah is one of the most heavily armed non-state military forces in the world. It is funded and equipped by Iran. Since the inconclusive war between the two sides in the year 2006, Israel has been planning for a rematch. So has Hezbollah. But a war today would be far more dangerous than the last time around. Here's why. Hezbollah's military wing has grown significantly. It is considered to be stronger than the Lebanese National Army, in fact. According to Hezbollah chief Sheikh Hassan Nasrallah, the group has over 100,000 fighters who are well-trained and battle-hardened. They have fought in the Syrian civil war as a fighting force. The Hezbollah is said to be highly trained and disciplined, unlike many other guerrilla groups. And what's more, Hezbollah's military strength lies in its extensive arsenal. It has an estimated 150,000 rockets and missiles. Most of its arsenal is made up of small, unguided, surface-to-surface artillery rockets. Key rockets in its arsenal are the Iranian-made Rad missiles, Fajr missile, Zilzal rockets, as well as Russian-made Katyusha rockets. In fact, Hezbollah also has enhanced its capabilities by retrofitting unguided rockets with precision guidance systems. And this has significantly increased their accuracy and threat level to Israel. And that's not all. Hezbollah is also thought to possess advanced anti-tank missiles and anti-ship missiles. It also has guided missiles capable of striking deep inside Israel. The group also uses drones for reconnaissance and offensive operations, including locally assembled Ayub and Marsad models. They pose a challenge to Israel's Iron Dome defense system. Hezbollah's arsenal is said to be mightier and more sophisticated than what Hamas has at its disposal in the Gaza Strip. And unlike Gaza, Lebanon is not surrounded by hostile neighbors. It has strategic depth. It has friendly regimes in Syria as well as Iraq, which means direct access to Iran. Yes, in comparison, Israel has more soldiers, about 173,000 active soldiers. Israel has called up an additional 300,000 reservists in response to the recent escalations. Israel's military is also bolstered by a substantial budget of approximately $24.3 billion and ironclad support from the United States, including advanced military technology and funding. In fact, the IDF has a more conventional military capacity. But the fact is, Hezbollah has a significant military capability. In short, in the event of a full-scale war, both sides will be able to inflict significant pain on the other. Now, tensions on the Lebanon-Israel border have fluctuated since October, but a full-scale war is looking ever more likely now. If ever there was a danger of a regional, wider war in West Asia, it is now. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.